Hello, and welcome back to Enlightened Affluence. Many of us today are touched by cancer. We have those that we've lost. We have those that have won the fight. Some of us ourselves have won the fight. But nonetheless, the next interview you're going to see is from my dear friend Shuwonna. And when you hear about how she is continuing to chase her dream of entrepreneurship and authorship and many other things that she's doing, you'll be just as inspired as I am by her every day. And I want to dedicate this video to the memory of our friend Tia Castle. Both of these women inspire me daily, and they help me thinking of them, whether by memory or by our daily conversations, or as much as I can with Shuwonna. And I get emotional, but I just want you all to know this is a very special person you're about to hear from, and I want to send my love and encouragement out to everyone who is either battling cancer and those who have lost loved ones to cancer, and especially the Castle family. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome back to Enlightened Affluence. I'm Candra, and my guest today is Shuwonna. Before we begin the interview, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I do, actually. So my company has multiple legs to it. First leg is education. We do education with ELA and also adult education and tutoring. And then there's also cooking. So I teach cooking and teach people how to put different recipes together, all different types, all the way from meat eaters to vegan to even raw vegan as well. And also I have a leg for wine. And today I'm sipping on my Blue Fleur. It's awesome though. I'm a Blue Muscat. And I'm not really a sweet drinker, but that one's good. We also have a credit and financial link. So my links will be posted at the bottom. So you definitely want to get in touch with us. So again, getting back to the guest today, we have Shuwonna. Shuwonna is a childhood friend. She's more than a friend, she's like a sister to me. And Shuwonna represents what the majority of entrepreneurs are going through right now. She has everything going on and still coming back to put her dreams back on track. Multi-talented poet, multi-talented singer, songwriter, and also just event planning. There's so much more she has going on, and I am blessed to have her as part of my life. So without further ado, Shuwonna, what's going on, girl?
Hello, sister. I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. I am good. I am so good. Yes. Let's get into this, honey.
I love the outfit. When you first came on, first of all, my hair's not acting right today. I should have done the same thing, but I wouldn't have done it as well as you're doing. Awesome.
Honey, it's Sunday. It's a laid back day, and I am in my spirit right now. So, hey.
I love it. Okay, we're going to get down to business. This is how we are all the time. So straight face. No, just kidding. So tell us about your business. What are you doing? What's going on with it? Tell us what you do.
Okay. And the owner CEO of Creative Soul LLC, and what that is, it's an event planning and coordinating company. So I'm like your party chick. I'm the one you go to for the bells, the whistles, the ding dong, and it's a growing business. It's still my baby. I started it in 2015, just as to play with. And it became something that I just love to do, just seeing the happiness on people's face. I do that, and I'm also a member of the International Association of Administrators, the Mississippi Association of Professionals in Corrections. Because part of my life goes over into that. I'm a part of the National Institution of Corrections as well. Your legal advisor and notary. It's I'm like that one-stop chick, getting it all in.
Exactly.
I'm an author, as you mentioned, a poet. I'm a songwriter. I'm also, of course, a mom, a sister, a daughter, and most importantly, I'm a wife. So I wear a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats. Yeah.
And I do
I do.
remember the hats. We have pictures of the hats.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to come back one day. Everybody, I had a Mad Hatter moment. So, yeah, just look out for that one. She coming. She ready.
I knew it was awesome. It was awesome. And nobody could top you on the hats. Every time someone tried to top you, it was over. Over. So, you're wearing so many hats. You're wearing so many hats and you're doing so much. So what is it that inspires you to build your company while you have so many things going on in your life?
I needed to refocus my mental. And what I mean by that is I am a cancer survivor as of December 15th. And I'm very proud of that because I battled with it not one time in my life, not two times, but three times in my life. So, and you were there for some of those moments, and I needed to do something that was going to just redirect my mental, because mental health is real, especially among African Americans. And this was my way of putting my energy into something that was positive, that was upbeat, that was just fun. And even though it has its challenges, from the day I get that client telling me what they want or what they're trying, their vision, my wheels start going. It keeps me alive. Here I stand, 44, and well, soon to be 44. Let's not jump quickly, but just waiting, just waiting. It's like, okay, this is the Shuwonna that I remember. Because I've changed locations. I'm a St. Louis native. Happy 314 day, people. But I reside in Mississippi right now, and I'm in a small community where a lot of things I'm like, really? But I have to, we're all a product of our environment. And one thing my dad told me when I left the nest, when I left home, he says, don't let your environment change you. You change your environment. So that made me, okay, I need to get back to me. I need to find my happy spot. And, I was the go girl. I was, hey, let's go do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then I came here and I still had that mentality, but I'll just say wasn't and still isn't a lot of people that's jumping on the Shuwonna bandwagon because they don't really know me. They don't know me. They don't know what I'm about. So I had to figure out a way to, again, when I seen myself sinking into this lonesome dove because I was away from friends and stuff, I had to come up with, okay, let me find something to do to get my mental back where I know I'm from, because nobody's going to dig me out, it seems like. So Shuwonna has to dig herself out. So that's where this all kind of stemmed from. And then with my job dealing with corrections and dealing with inmates, men, women, children. And no, I was not an officer, but I was more so about rehabilitation and reforming and educating those who were in corrections, so that when they get out, they'll have jobs, they'll have opportunities, they'll be better parents, better children, and so forth. So, and looking at those lifestyles, I had to take, I left work at more where I had that moment.
Yeah.
So it was I had those chapters, and where I could, flip flop through this little journey of mine. But that's what pretty much brought me to that.
Awesome. And I don't think I think when people hear like corrections and everything, they don't really realize, because I dealt with criminal defense. So I had to go into the penitentiaries, and when you say women and men and children, it's real. You're really dealing with, it's a whole different level, so much more than what people just see in the courtroom or what they see on TV. And that can really have an effect on you, and especially for those of us who have dealt with cancer or cancerous cells and things like that. It's like, it really can affect your health. It makes it a harder fight, and especially when you're trying to get on the entrepreneur train. And this is the support that we need, to know that, for those of us and that are out there going through this, you're not alone. Someone else is trying to build the same way that you are. So when you like have all these things going on in your life, family and husband, son who's still on homeschool right now because COVID, have all these things going on, you still, for your business purpose, have to make time to create. How do you carve out that time to create?
First, I have my stages. First, I say a prayer to get myself right. I always, having a relationship with Jehovah for me it's important. It's very important, because I think without knowing him, and I get a little bit emotional with that, because I think people, and as adults, we forget that relationship with God. If you don't have it, your life is chaotic. It just is. And then with kids, when you put kids in your mix, you're like, I gotta make sure this child, understands that this is important. So always, that is first. And then after that, of course, there's wine.
Yep.
And then there's wine. And then I just sit back and I'm like, okay, fix it, Shuwonna. Fix it. Let's fix this. Let's balance this. What do you have to do? And then I go from my most important to the least important, and kind of make it work that way. 2.5 acres. I go outside and scream if all else fails. It's just
Wow.
it is, because I have my hurdles. So, and I don't think a lot of times people see me and, oh, she's fine. And I can be screaming on the inside. And I thank God for friends like you and so many others that are in my sister circle, where I'm able to vent, even if it's nothing but my client can't come up with these colors right, times. I'm just I'm learning that there's always a way. So I take everything in stages, and I listen. I listen. I listen to the advice of my friends. I listen to the advice of my parents, my husband when he has his input, and even sometimes my kids. I don't act as though anyone's input or what they have to say to me is less than. Because this is a humbling experience for me because, like I said, 3 times battling with cancer. If I hadn't listened, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here to have these conversations.
Yeah.
Um, you and I both have lost, a dear friend with battling cancer,
Mhm.
Miss Tia Castle. So we have those moments where we're like, I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not even doing it because I'm trying to be a multimillionaire. I'm doing it to have a piece of happiness because I've fought. I have rolled up my sleeves. I have cried. I have tore down walls. I have broke dishes. I have been there. I have been there. And those are the moments that people don't see and they don't know. Um, and I'm venturing off with my creative soul to eventually start a type of show where people can express those things or get to not only know me but know that I'm just your normal girl from around the block. I'm dealing with stuff just like you.
Mhm.
These are it's issues out there that people are kind of pushing away or pushing on the back burner.
Mhm.
Well, baby, I'm coming for you.
Same here.
I'm coming.
And you know I will support.
I'm coming.
Well,
That's
absolutely.
all I ask. That's all.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. We'll take a side note because we got to talk about the eat sign. Because when you were setting up, I saw the fork and the spoon and the memories. I said, "Oh my goodness, we all remember the fork and the spoon. So we have to say something about the fork and the spoon." And you know me being a foodie and in the kitchen and everything, I was like, "Yes."
Okay, so let me bring you in on this situation. Okay, I know. Well, I don't think you can see the E all the way, but you got the EAT. Let's start with the E side. So I made this and I tried to, you see, we're in a Pinterest, YouTube generation.
Yes.
I wasn't finna pay $60 for somebody on Etsy to make this for me. I just no, we wasn't gonna do it. We going to Walmart and pay the $2 and some paint, and we gonna make it work. And I couldn't make everything line up, and my A kept whipping over, and so Elijah, my son, told me, "Ma, just leave it the A like that. It's fun. It's cute. It's us. We kind of loopy." That's us. I
I
was
love
like, you
it.
know what? You're right. That's us.
And it looks
That's
good.
us. And the fork and yeah, and the fork and the spoon. We got the kitchen rules over here. I'm I am in a blended family. Marcus and I have the one together, and I was blessed to have 4 stepchildren who I love dearly, 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 dearly as my own. And so, yeah, there is rules in the
Yeah.
kitchen. So, because
Yes.
sometimes I just can't, I get tired of telling them. So now I just say, read the sign, read the sign.
You have just spoke to every mother right now.
Hey, you don't read. You know what? Read the sign. That's how it goes. Read the sign. The fork and the spoon. Okay, I was got this through a thrift situation, and when I looked at them, it reminded me of childhood memories and my grandmom's house. Everybody had the grandma, nanny, G-ma. I think my mom still got hers. I know my sister has hers in her kitchen, so we not even gonna act like y'all ain't never seen this before. So it's just memories.
Mhm.
It's memory for me to pursue, and like I'm going into not only motherhood but hopefully no time soon with the children, one day being the grandma. and the grandkids can see something like that, it brings memories of humbleness, good times, what it really means to have soul food. Because it really, growing up, it really wasn't about the food, it was the conversation at the dinner table. And a lot of us are going away from that. But this is just the, how can I say, this is the soul food. This is the place where we meet, we talk, we cry, we pray. That's what that symbolizes for me. Because in my grandma's kitchen, in my mom's kitchen, that's what we did in the kitchen. Late nights, crying over boyfriends and grades, and you praying and your mama praying or your daddy praying, but you steady looking at that fork and spoon that's on the wall.
Hoping it doesn't come
But
off.
that is part, yes, yeah, exactly. Now, Elijah has from time to time knocked the spoon off because he's just like, oh Lord, it's, he's like, oh my God, Ma, I gotta put it back. I gotta put it back. But that's what it is. It just reminds me. And some days I come in here and I look at it, and I said, where is time taking us as a people in society where we can't come? Every house has a kitchen, but we can't come in the kitchen and sit down with our families and have dinner, and you know without somebody at the table doing this or doing this. We're so disconnected, um, where I have to step back and look at my own family, and I look at this and I say, what am I doing to contribute to my household to make sure we have that time? Because I want to go back. We always talk about you remember when, but I want to go back. We have that capability of going back and making this time memorable for our families. So y'all, dinner time, get a table. If you have a table, you didn't buy it just to do work on. Sit down with your families, husbands, wives, CEOs, I don't care who you are. Grab these phones, put them aside. This is your family you choose to have. Get with it because you're becoming disconnected. Children are becoming, they don't know how to talk because they're so busy doing this. Us as adults, we don't know how to talk. My husband and I were out to dinner, and I made it a goal to not take my phone inside a restaurant with me, or either when it's in my purse, put it in my purse, because you're taking me to dinner. We're on a dinner date. We're supposed to be interacting. Me and you, not me, you, and your 3,000 plus followers or whatever. And it's a form of disrespect. It's a form of disrespect.
Thank you.
I know you didn't ask all of that, but that kind of goes into why I have it on my wall, just to remind me I wasn't raised by this. I was raised like this.
Yes. And that's true. I mean, I make it go away when it's time to eat and sit down, and you know how I cook. So when it's time to eat, absolutely. And it's important to it's important to go into all these things because I don't think that people are really realizing that this affects everything. It affects even your business. If you're trying to get something off the ground, if your family's feeling neglected, there's going to be an issue there. And so it's getting that balance. And with that balance there, everything can flourish, including your business. So do you have anything that's like either released now? Are any of your poetry books being re-released soon? Are you having new publications that are coming out? So what can we be on the lookout for?
Well, yes. I have back in 2005, I did a book, a small poetry book, and that was just based on just again my mental health therapy, putting it out there. into society. I have a book called Poetic Medicine. So I'll be reintroducing this to the world. In retrospect, I will also be releasing a new book that will be entitled Somebody Has Lied to Me. Somebody done lied to me. Um, it's a little, it's truth with a little comical twist to it, and I might step on some toes, but truth hurts.
Yeah.
And it's just, you will be able to find yourself somewhere in this book. I will say this. And our goal right now, we're pushing for the end of spring, beginning of summer. Or either midsummer, maybe somewhere in August, to release that book. And I'm working on some music and just a whole lot of different stuff. I move in silence, you know. You
Yeah.
know how I do. I move in silence.
Yeah.
But some good things, some very good things, and hopefully um, people will take from it and use them as these stories in that book as life lessons for themselves, for their children, um, because it's just like the Bible. There is something in there for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're also
Yes.
doing event planning as well. So I'll make sure that your event planning information and contact is below and everything so that people can reach out to you about planning events and check out your pricing and things of that nature. So as we round everything out and as you're speaking to fellow entrepreneurs who a lot are balancing. A lot of us are balancing either crossing over from having a job to creating our dreams. What affirmations do you have? What words of advice? What's that uplifting, that poetic medicine you can give us?
Well, I will say that this make sure that you are, first of all, know your laws in your state or your area. Um, get with get an SBA mentor. They have been a big help to me. Think outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Ask the questions, because don't be afraid to say, I don't know this, because I'm a visual person. So when you telling me something and I don't see it, it's just like, okay, what are you saying? So don't be afraid to be vulnerable, when it comes to this kind of thing. Um, Find someone that you can confide in and blow your steam off when you're having those rough moments, because you're gonna have those moments. And remember, you're not in competition with nobody. You're doing you. I've had people tell me that, oh, you're trying to be like, no, no, honey, boo boo. I'm just trying to be me. I'm not, this isn't a race. I'm not trying to be like her and him. I'm just being me. I've had, it's okay when you have haters. It's okay when you have, I mean, I've been told I have haters, but I don't look at it as that. I was like, maybe it's just a misunderstanding. I don't know. But it's okay to have people who don't agree with you or don't like you. Everybody's not going to like you. They're not going to like your style. They're not going to like your prices. You know your worth. You know what you're putting in. Don't try to set yourself at somebody else's level, but don't depreciate your art, your skill. Don't do that. Always just take your time walking through and through the journey in itself. Get with your local banks or credit unions, or find out how you can get small business loans, and find out how you can also give back to your community. Creative Soul, every year we have started a Student of Excellence, where a deserving senior is awarded a scholarship, which is a community scholarship that we've put together. And it helps me get to know the young people in my community, and their parents, what people are going through just to get through high school.
Yes.
So always take something from what you're doing to give back to your community in some shape, form, or fashion, and share information.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this again: share information.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about people thinking, I'm not going to tell her or him how to do this, because it's making you look bad. It's making your business look bad. It's making your business ethics look bad because you won't share information. I had just a quick experience where I was filing for my LLC, and a couple weeks later, I got a letter telling me that I needed to pay this amount to some place in Jackson. And I looked and I did my research, and to find out it was a scam. So I shared that information on my Facebook page. And ironically, what was funny to me is how many people's like, yeah, I seen that happened to me with my business and that, but you ain't told the rest of us. What, why you, would it hurt you? You posting everything else.
Right.
Could you not post that to share with all these, especially with the pandemic and all of us are trying to develop new businesses and everything? You couldn't share this. You couldn't pass this along, but you will go and pass some stuff that probably ain't even true or ain't worth passing. It just share information, people, valuable information, something that's going to help businesses. We are here to grow, to develop. So when we sharing things, we're helping our fellow man. And I'm in the Bible Belt state, so this whole thing about loving thy neighbor and hospitality. Yeah, I don't know
You
what
set that up a
else.
little.
I
You set
just
the game up a little bit.
yeah. I'm just saying it's time to boost it up some, but it's just things like that. So share information. I don't care if it's how to get a new vendor or how to apply for your LLC or your license for business, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to share information. These people are trying to do their best. They trying to provide for their families.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt you. It ain't kill you. It direct them where they need to go. And if you don't know, don't share. Don't give a well, I guess, or so and so did this and so and so. Hey, why don't you ask this person? They have a more lucrative outlook on this. It's okay to share, y'all. We've learned that from day one. Day one, sharing is caring. That's
Yeah.
sharing is caring.
Yes, it is. Especially with Care Bears. With Care Bears. And to be honest, Sean, that's why I started this channel. To really like bring together, the more I started learning about what was in my network, and it's to help people. A lot of the videos have been posted and the ones that are coming, I got so educated on, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know my business needed this, or I didn't realize that that was available for me to plan for my retirement. I didn't realize, this was out there for fitness. And so many things I have coming forward, and also different partnerships that I'm making. So I've started a campaign that I started earlier this month. It's called How Can I Help You campaign. And just reaching out to like people and saying, what are you doing? What do you need help with? And sharing my network, not just saying, oh, this is mine and everything, because when a lot of people don't realize that when we're all growing, we're all eating. And we really want to like get rid of this mentality of, there's not room in this for everyone. So I love that you brought that out, that sharing is so much caring, and it feels good. It feels good when I can connect someone to someone else that needs the help or needs the service. It feels good when I can help someone or when they can help me and it take a load off. I didn't even know it was a load. If you don't ask, you won't know, you know. So Shuwonna, absolutely, I appreciate you so much. I cannot wait for
Thank
for
you.
the music too. I can't wait for the music. The music scene is missing singers, not just singers, singers. I had to reach out and find it. It was singer. Oh
My
my God.
husband tells me that he was like, it's people. He's like, people don't know you can sing. He said they don't know. I said no, they don't know. They'll find out. Everybody, I have my own due time. They'll find out. They'll find out. It's okay.
Well, and it's been a beautiful thing when I've had you sing to a couple of my friends just over the phone, and they literally have started crying. Like the world's not ready. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that this is gonna be out there because it's just like everybody can say a lyric. There's a lot of people that can sing, they're very entertaining. But there's some days where I want to turn on, my YouTube music or something, and I want to feel. I want to feel the singing. I want to feel it. So I am so excited and will definitely be supporting the release of everything. I appreciate your time. I love you. And we're all going to pop off. So you will see Shuwonna's contact information at the bottom of the page. Be sure to reach out and be on the lookout for what's the name of the book again? Say it again one more time.
We have it's going to be the older book is Poetic Medicine by Shuwonna Gregory Young, but the new release will it's going to be called Somebody Done Lied to Me, and I will get as time progress. I will push out more information on that. So
Okay.
yeah,
So we'll be sure to put like your Amazon link and things like that to find the book and everything. So I appreciate you, my love, and we will be talking soon. Bye, everyone.
thank you. Bye.